Hi, good evening, and welcome to Parents Engaging Parents Beloved Community Check-in. My name is Erica Beverett, and I am here reporting. I should say reporting, or yeah, we could be reporting. We're reporting from Mount Laurel and statewide through our community. We are excited today to have with us a Heey Gurl. She is the founder of Heey Gurl Nation. Her name is Jacqueline Andrade, and she's going to be here to share with us her journey to being the best you. I know right now we're still in the midst of COVID, and everybody is still, dealing with mental wellness. And I think this is going to be a great way to hear and reflect on ways that we can get our confidence back. I know a lot of us have been dealing with different things and issues within our own lives, within ourselves, that I think that this definitely is going to feed our souls. So with that, I'm going to ask everybody, if you are tuning in right now, if you could make sure that you share the page, and also if you can make a comment on our Facebook, we would love to hear from you. Okay, so with that, I'm going to bring Miss May onto platform. Hi, Miss May.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening. I feel so good today. I missed you guys and just missed interacting with everyone, and it's a great day. I'm so happy. So, Erica, I'm really excited about tonight's segment. And we all need some clarity about our lives, and because it was very complicated during COVID for everyone. Moms, dads, kids, everyone was suffering. So I'm really excited to hear what Miss Jackie has to share tonight.
So yes, about that. Yeah, there's so many new entities that are out there that are available for us to take advantage of. We know we have the Gateway Wellness Center there in Bridgeton that's serving your community down there. That's a great resource for the community in Cumberland County. So I know that there's many other wellness centers that are popping up and resources available. So we're going to make sure that we get a couple of links in there to to get to the community, so that you know what's going on within your neighborhoods.
Yes, and I think this is going to be wonderful too for parents who may be having some difficulty with their children. I was just speaking to some parents a few weeks ago about how some of their children are still having some issues in school. Making that adjustment from virtual to hybrid, and now they're in class, the entire time, and some of them are having some difficulty. So thankful to all of those individuals who are trying to help and to give us some type of normalcy in our lives right now. So all these tools can be very helpful.
That is for sure. I know that it has taken a mental toll on a lot of us. I know that, we love our children, right? That is number one. Yet I can't imagine having multiple children and then having to teach them, and then having to go to work, and then having to, maintain the household, because it really did turn into a whole different thing, right? Because now everybody's in the house at the same time. Can you imagine your house could never get in order? You're constantly dealing with the house responsibilities, and then school responsibilities, and then your work responsibilities. So yeah, it was a really heavy toll. Also, we have to take in consideration that a lot of homes are not necessarily the most ideal for some children, and maybe it might just be a place to land for right now, and sometimes it's not safe too. So there's a lot of things that are compounded with this COVID that we've dealt with, and all the services that that were so out of reach for a lot of people.
Yes.
But I am very excited to have Miss Heey Gurl up here. Hey
I
girl.
like
We're
that.
gonna bring her onto the platform. But before I do that, I just really want you to get to know a little bit about Miss Jacqueline. She holds a bachelor's degree in sociology and a master's degree in Christian counseling. She is known as the confidence coach. So Miss Jacqueline teaches women the secret of how to turn trauma and tragedy into triumph. Her signature 6-week program, Journey to Confidence, is all about you. It is designed to get women free from negative self-talk, low self-image, and address the D word. I don't know what that D word is, girl. We're going to talk about that. And she helps women travel to their destination in life with the exact items they need to get their life, their ideas, and results fast. So she has over 25 years experience as a caseworker, has spent countless hours counseling families, troubled teens, and individuals. She's the author of Help, sorry. Help, someone stole my sex drive and I want it back. She has also co-authored 3 books, The Lemonade Chronicles, The Seasons of Love, and She Wouldn't Let Me Fall. Jacqueline is a sought-after motivational speaker, podcast host, hey girl, an outstandingly passionate teacher and a phenomenal coaching consultant. So she's the creator of Hey Girl, like I said before, where Black and brown women come together every day on purpose to celebrate their uniqueness, strength, and beauty. I'm gonna bring her in because I want her to say that part because I love it when she says it. It's like so smooth. So I'm gonna have Miss Jackie come on to the stream. Hey girl.
Hey girl.
Hey girl. Hi, ladies. How are you?
So I know this is so long overdue, right? We're having you up here with us, but look,
only 2 years. Only 2 years.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Miss May.
Hi, how are you?
I am excellent. I'm in the room with you guys. It doesn't get any better than this.
All right.
So tell me something. What inspired you to do the work that you do?
Wow. Sometimes it's not, you're just called to it. So the inspiration comes from God. Like when you're called to do a thing, you don't get tired of doing the thing. So the inspiration comes from him. And I just show up and give all that I can as according to what he tells me to do and let him do the rest.
Okay. So, Miss Jackie, what makes a difference in the way you counsel? I know you're Christian based. So how is that different from the secular?
Well, here's the thing. I like to call myself an ambassador for the kingdom because when people hear Christian, sometimes they lump us into everything that is wrong with Christianity. And I like to say that I'm an ambassador for the kingdom of God because I represent his household. So my style is that I will give you the word. I will show you compassion and love. And I will also snatch your edges when you ain't acting right.
The edge, ooh, that's a little bit baby tiny here.
I heard that another coach would tell us that all the time. And I was like, woman, use that because she does. Like you really. So what makes me different is that my conviction is Christ. And I would never tell you anything that I don't hear from him. And I spend a lot of time in prayer, seeking after him and wanting to be used of him and desiring to see women in particular free so that they can live the lives on purpose that God has called them to live, free and happy and joyous. And I like to say deliciously happy because it ain't nothing like some good food and you just when you kicking your feet singing. That's the kind of good life I want our women to live.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's awesome. That is great. So, you are a family counselor, or
Right
you
now,
counsel everyone, or?
right now, I'm just doing one-on-one individual private, because in years past I've done family counseling, and I've done youth counseling, and the Lord has
Mhm.
just moved me into one-on-one with women only right now.
Women?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow, that's awesome. That is great. That is
Thank
wonderful.
you.
So, tell me, how has Hey Girl changed your life?
Wow. So if you will allow me, I'll let you know how Hey Girl got started, if that's okay.
Sure.
So
Mhm.
in 2019, I was in the car at a basketball game waiting to pick my son up. And if your kids ever play basketball, you know pickup time means you get there, but you're gonna wait another 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
not coming out at 7 o'clock.
Mhm.
So I was
Mm-hmm.
waiting, and I was on the phone with my mom first, and she was like, "Hey girl." I was like, "Oh, hey mama." And
Mhm.
then a friend of mine called. She was like, "Hey, girl." I was like, "Oh, mama, let me call you right back, because such and such, something don't seem
Mhm.
right." So I
Mhm.
started talking to her, and then my sister called. She was like, "Hey, girl." So I said, 3 women called me in a span of 15 minutes, and all said, "Hey, girl," the same way. Well,
Mm-hmm.
different ways, but they all meant something different.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember being in a very popular store in our town, and it's predominantly, there's not many of us in the store that usually frequent this store. And
Mm-hmm.
so I saw two other brown sisters, and I was like, "Oh, hey," and they just looked past me and kept walking as if they didn't hear me or see me. And
Oh,
this was before mask, so you could see my whole.
Mhm.
yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, like we look like, why can't you could have simply just said, "Hey,"
Mhm.
Yeah.
but they didn't. And I thought, I never want to be in a town or in a room where I see another brown or black sister and I can't even part my lips to say, "Hey girl," you
Mhm.
know, something
Yeah.
that simple. I see you, you see me, and we share
Mhm.
a common bond, if nothing else, as women, you know.
Mhm.
So that night when I came home from the basketball practice, and the Holy Spirit said, "I want you to create a group." Now, here's the funny thing. Back when I was about 11, maybe 12, I heard, "You're going to run a nation." And I was like, "I'm going to run a nation? What does that mean?" It was just
Mhm.
dismissed it. I was like, "Oh, that was weird," and didn't think anything of it.
Mhm.
So God said to create Hey Girl. And I was like, "Oh, okay, create a private Facebook group for brown and black women." And I was like, "What am I going to do with them?"
Mhm.
You said, "Just create it. It will be a
Keep us
safe space."
laughing.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "This name is probably not even going to be available on Facebook," and it was available.
Mm, okay.
And about a month into it, I think we at that point might have had maybe, I don't know, 1,500 women at that point. And the Lord said, "Change the name to Hey Girl Nation." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And it wasn't until I looked back at my journal, I was like, "God said I was going to run a nation, and now I have
Mhm.
Hey Girl Nation."
There you go.
That's what it is.
Mhm.
So that's what it is. And we just really just try to love on each other. And our slogan is, "Where brown and black women come together every day on purpose to celebrate our uniqueness, our strength, and our beauty, honey." Because we recognize when we stay connected, we will be what? Transformed. Hey,
Transformed.
girl. Our whole goal is, when you pop in there, your life is transformed by a post, by something someone says, by a laughter.
Mhm.
A woman said to me, this was our first year, and she inboxed me. We were probably in the group maybe 3 months. And she inboxed me. She said, "You don't understand that this group saved my life." I said, "What's she talking about?" So
Mhm.
we've been having dialogue back and forth in this inbox. Don't know this woman at all. She was in an abusive relationship, and she had ran from her abuser from Ohio and was on a train with no money, no shoes, no clothes. And she said the only thing that, I mean, she said she was bloody and beat up. And the only thing that kept her doing this travel was looking in the group and seeing the stuff that we were posting. So it kept her focused on her having to get away. And she just said she just felt so protected, and she just wanted to say thank you for being, for creating the group. I was like, oh Lord.
Mhm.
So you just never know what a post will do when someone is in a life-threatening situation. Never in a million years that I think it was going to be that. But
Yeah,
she's
well,
a very active member in the group, and has nothing to do with her abuser anymore, thank God, and is doing pretty
mhm,
well. So,
that's
hey
good.
girl.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's big. I know that with all this talk about mental wellness, that's definitely been a go-to for me,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
A lot of um, just like you said, it was like a lighthearted space,
Yeah.
yet such an encouraging space.
Mhm.
It was not always all about jokes, but really about maybe
Right.
focusing on the greater, the greater good,
Right.
the greater being that we have, that
Right.
whatever, I know, we're centralized around Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
yet, a greater God, you
Right.
know, um, somebody greater than
Mhm.
us. That's
Right.
that's really right to
Absolutely.
acknowledge that. So
Mhm.
I know that that's been a go-to for me. I know a lot of our PEP champions. There's a few that are on there with me as well, and we
Right.
crack up sometimes. We crack up about the things that are going on
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
on those posts, and they've really been a source of kind of refuge.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? You having a hard day, you look down like, let me jump on this thing and see what's
See what
going
these
on in
women
here.
talking about. And it is so true.
And yeah, and we have some really great posts that are on there, and your moderators are great too,
Oh,
because they
yes.
find some good stuff.
Oh, girl, yes, they do, honey.
Mhm,
And I appreciate them so much. If y'all watching, thank y'all.
Oh.
mhm.
So I've never heard of Hey Girl. So if
Okay.
you could just tell some of us that are in South Jersey and Bridgeton area, like how can we look for you on social
Absolutely. So
media?
you can find us on Facebook. We are a private Facebook group, so you will have to look. We changed the name to For Women because just Hey Girl wasn't getting enough traction. So it's now For Women, comma Hey Girl Nation. So and it's HeeyGurl exclamation point Nation. Hey Girl Nation. And
Mhm.
we are in the process of creating expos. We're going to do an expo hopefully this fall. Um,
Mhm.
I think I'm going to try to do it in July. There's no reason not to, except for I'll just be real transparent, overworked.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
But sometimes
Happens.
you just have to do it because you never know how it's gonna impact people's lives. So we'll have
Mhm.
vendors and we'll have music and food and good times. Just a place where brown and black women can come out on a Saturday and just chill, dance, and just play some double dutch and have some fun.
Okay.
Mhm. And Miss Aisha said, "Oh, PEP helped me through the beginning of the pandemic." Oh, we love you,
Yay.
Aisha.
Oh, I used to
Come
that.
through. You're welcome anytime. Come on. You are PEP. What do you mean? What are
That's
Yes.
you
the best.
talking about?
Mhm.
That is the best.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So tell me about hmm. Tell me about like one of your biggest lessons. I know you went from social
Yeah.
worker to you said you wrote curriculum, and
Yeah.
then you turned around and went to entrepreneurship. So
Yeah.
how did you get there?
Ooh, honey. Okay. So always had the entrepreneurial bug, always dibbled and dabbled in that a little bit. I sold anything from lingerie to no, I never sold Mary Kay, but I did Arbonne and wicker baskets and total life changes, sold all of that. But
Mhm.
realized that that was not going to that it just wasn't it for me. Um,
Mhm,
it just was not it for me. And had a car accident 4 years ago, which suffered I suffered a very bad concussion. So now, and I have a left eye quadrant that is has been since it's torn. So because of that, I can't be
Mhm.
on screen time for long. I get migraine headaches. I don't oftentimes sleep well at night because of throbbing in my eye. You feel it most when you're trying to sleep. So I was like, Lord, life done gave me lemons. How am I going to make
Mhm.
some sweet tea?
Mhm.
And how can I help women in the process? So my counseling background, I just love meeting new people. I love being around women. I love being a cheerleader and a coach and a that's just my gift. I'm able to exalt people easily, and I'm able to
Mhm.
find out the goodness and see the goodness in you that you forgot or maybe don't even know is in you. And so I pride myself on being able to just love on people when they don't see how they're lovable. And that brings me energy and that brings me joy. And so what other field could I do except be a life coach and a counselor? So that's where I'm at.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's
What great stories do you have to tell about people who have, had something tragic happen and
Oh
they were
Lord, honey.
able to overcome, because, that's a process in itself. So,
Yeah.
how are you able to handle those type of situations?
Well, there have been some. I used to be a marriage sex consultant, and I'll tell you this, that not one of my people that I've counseled, they're all still married. I have a 100% success rate.
Wow.
So that in itself to me is just amazing. Like when women have come to me broken and just like I can't stand him. I was one of them women
Hmm.
who couldn't stand my own husband. So
Hmm.
I'm my own success story. And I often don't like to share other people's story because it's theirs.
Hmm.
So I'll tell you about mine.
Hmm.
And my husband and I, 25 years, we'll be married 25 years next month. But not all 25 of them were great. Matter
Hmm.
of fact, year 3 to 7, we hated each other. We literally did not like each other. And just simply because we didn't know any better.
Hmm.
And he came home and he said, listen, I don't want to be married to you. I don't love you. I was like, I don't love you either. I don't want to be married to you either.
Hmm.
And we were having our house built and he was like, I'm not moving into the house with you. I was like, cool, just pay my mortgage. And but that's not what I wanted in my heart, you know. And I asked
Hmm.
God, I said, Lord, I really want my marriage to work. What do we need to do? And there were times when he was ready to move forward, and I was like, absolutely not. I don't want to be with you. And then there were times when I was, pulling back, and he was like, no, we got to make this work. And so I prayed and I said, God, how do I remain married? Like, I want to
Hmm.
be in this for the long haul. And I realized that what was missing is my husband and I had stopped having sex. And kids were coming, work was happening. We were on different schedules. We weren't connecting. And
Hmm.
not from anybody's fault. It just happened to be that way. When you don't make sex a priority in your marriage, you might as well say goodbye to your marriage because
Hmm.
sex is what keeps you two bonded. That's
Hmm.
Mhm,
the only thing that you share that nobody else can share.
mhm,
So when you omit what's supposed to make you one, when you stop becoming one, it leaves room for so many other things to get in between you. And that's what was happening. And not only that, I had a mouth on me, y'all. I could I am a black woman. So I was
razor
like,
blades. So my
and
mama
I would
liked to
hit
say
below the
that.
belt, y'all. I would
Yeah,
fight
razor
dirty
blades.
because my words I know could cut.
Mhm,
And so I would
Hmm.
say things that were not nice, and the Lord gave me pray for shut up grace. Shut up. That's literally what the Lord said. Shut up. Stop talking. And I'm like, wow, he gotta stop talking. Why I gotta be the one? And the Lord said, because I'm dealing with you. I'm working on you. Let me cultivate in you what is good. And then by doing that, you can give to him what's good. So I
mhm,
learned to shut up. I learned
Hmm.
to trust God as I learned to trust my husband. because oftentimes we get married and we have no idea even what that is. And churches are not teaching us what that looks like. They just telling you, read your Bible, come to Bible study, work, work, work. Well, all of that was not working. I don't know how, I didn't know how to love my husband. I had a great mom who gave me a great example of what love was, but I had no idea how to love my own husband. Your mama can only teach you but so much, right? She can teach you how to love, but she can't teach you how to love your own husband. That was my responsibility. And so now we are inseparable.
Yeah, and that's good for our parents to hear, and that encourages them because parents make great families, make great communities, make
Yeah.
a great nation, and so when we get those encouraging words to fight, we have to learn how to fight, for our families, fight for
Yeah.
our community.
Right.
We're advocating, and that's awesome.
Thank you. And it is so, so necessary. If you are not honest with yourself about whether you want to be in your marriage, it starts there. Like you can pretend all you want, but if it is not something that you're willing to stand up and fight for,
Right. Have to fight.
you have to fight. And there's ways to fighting. There's
Mhm.
ways to fighting. One of the ways is just stop talking, stop complaining. There's a
Mhm.
scripture in the Bible that says a woman can be a a crown on her husband's head, or like a dripping faucet that because she complains so much, she's a dripping faucet, or she can be a crown adorning her husband's head. And when I
Mhm.
read that, I'm thinking, oh God, I really want to be the crown that adorns his head and not the nagging, dripping faucet. Because
Mhm.
I would complain often. Didn't mean to, but it came out as ungrateful, or it was just a complaint. Like, you don't do this. How, I'll give you a prime example. Growing up, my dad took care of my car, my oil changes, my tire, my like made sure windshield wiper fluid, all of that. When I got
Mhm.
married, my husband didn't do none of that. So my car was dirty. And I was like, are you going to take my car to the car wash? He was like, absolutely not. In my mind, this is what men do. This is
Mhm.
what husbands do. Why are you not taking my car and handling it?
Mhm.
And he was like, no, that's your car. You do it yourself. So I began to take what I thought was what a husband should do and put it on my own husband. And so I had to free him from being my own superhero and let him be
Mhm.
who God created him to be. He's not my dad, he's my husband.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that's good. That's good relationship teaching, and that's what in every aspect of our life we have all different types of relationships,
yeah.
and they have to be healthy. So when we're healthy, we can help others to be healthy as well.
No, it's
But
so true.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
we
true.
have to be healthy. But yeah, that's awesome. So like I said, that's a great place where you are right now is helping our young women and our young ladies, to be the best that they can be. And I'm really inspired by the work that you're doing.
Oh,
That's completely awesome. And it's a good to have a safe place.
yeah.
Those safe places are really needed right now.
Yeah.
So they can feel free to share and to open up to you.
Yes.
Because everyone doesn't have that ability to do that.
And I thank you so much for saying that. And it's true. I didn't have anywhere to go with it. So I was thinking, I didn't have anywhere, but now let me create somewhere for people to go.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, those safe places are great.
yeah.
Yes. So that's good. So, what's your next adventure? Is this where you're stopping right here with the Hey Girl, or you're just
Yes, I am just in a place of whatever God has next. So we're doing the Hey Girl Expos, which we're working on, and
Mhm.
just me cultivating and building the business, and loving on women and journey to confidence, and teaching women how to love on themselves well and to show up in the world powerfully and strong and unapologetically themselves.
Oh wow, yeah. That is awesome. That's great.
Aisha just mentioned on Facebook, not just sex, but intimacy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you don't necessarily have to engage with sex to be intimate with your partner.
No, you don't, but you do have to have sex in order to have a strong marriage.
Mm. Yes, ma'am.
That's why the Bible says that the two become one flesh. You literally, into me you see. That's what intimacy means. Into me you
Mhm.
see. And that's what sex is. And you don't have to have, you can do other things other than sex, but sex is what is the glue to hold your marriage together.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and despite if you're dealing with health issues and things like that where you can't, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you definitely need to stay connected in that way. And I
Mhm.
say at least once a week. If you're not getting it once a week,
Girl.
you want to hear something real funny?
Mhm.
When you're single and you're dating this person, the enemy says, "Give them some, get sex, get it, get it, get it." The
Mhm.
minute you get married, he be like, "You can get it later. You don't have to pursue him. You don't have to pursue her. It's a game. It's a
Mhm.
game." And then until you understand how to play it, the enemy is really not. He don't want us to succeed. He does
Mhm.
not want to see our marriages and our families intact. So he's
Mhm.
always going to throw a monkey wrench in the program. So how many times have you been married and you be like, "Oh, I'm tired. I got a headache. I don't feel like it. He ain't do nothing yet. Like, ain't no foreplay," making excuses.
Mhm.
Literally from
Mhm.
start to finish, sexual encounters is 13 minutes, no matter who you are.
Never
13
knew
minutes.
that.
13 minutes. All you need is 13 minutes. You got 13 minutes in you.
You sure it's 13 minutes?
Girl, honey. Google it. How long is the intimacy between a man and a woman? How long is an average sex encounter? Average.
Mhm.
Now, I mean, do some go longer? Absolutely. But my point is that don't make excuses. A headache, you might have a headache, but guess what? You got 13 minutes that you can
Yeah, girl, put your
connect
lipstick
with your
on.
connect with your man.
Put your lipstick on. Put your heels on.
And spice it up. I always say you have to spice it
Spice
up.
it up.
Like you can't just get bored. Like flirt with your man. Like send flirty texts, like rub up against him like you used to do.
Mhm.
See,
Yeah.
now we get into the journey to the best.
Yeah.
Mm.
But trust me, that D is not what you think it is.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. So please share with us the journey
To
to
confidence.
confidence.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Journey to Confidence is a 6-week course for women. And we just teach you that, I mean, girl, I have put I'm going to say the Lord has, because it's just some great stuff in there that women really need in order to get free. And
Mhm.
oftentimes I say we go on a journey because you carry your suitcases with you from the minute you're born. You carry this suitcase around you. And then as life happens, you start to throw stuff in it. And I'm going to help you unpack that stuff. Make sure you have what you're traveling with is correct. If you go on to California, you don't need no, let's put it this way. If you go into Alaska, I don't think you're going to take a bikini. Right.
Exactly. Mhm.
And oftentimes we're carrying stuff in our suitcase that no longer serves us. So in Journey to Confidence, I teach you how to get rid of the stuff that's no longer serving you, identify what it is, and put the right stuff in there so you can journey on and be happy and live a deliciously happy life, y'all.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
just be happy.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's what we talk about.
So, are there like any exercises that you can recommend when somebody is dealing with confidence issues? I know at times we all have those,
Absolutely.
those moments where you don't feel as confident,
Yeah.
but how, what do you usually suggest?
So there is a ton of things. As a matter of fact, I'm starting this series tomorrow on 30 seconds to build your confidence every day. Just 30 things that you can do for 30 seconds. How to build your confidence in 30 seconds a day. And so one of the things is I say, just be honest with yourself. If you're feeling crappy, say that. Don't try to push through the day like everything is good. If you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I did not sleep good. Now I got to pretend like everything. No. Feel that feeling. I woke up this morning. I don't feel well. Let that wash over your entire body and sit in it for a few minutes. And then say, okay, now what? What am I going to do now? But you've acknowledged that this thing is here. You're not trying to hide it. You're not trying to pretend like it doesn't exist. You're calling it out, and you're calling yourself out. And when you do that, you free yourself from being able to have to pretend like everything's okay. Because the biggest struggle is the one within ourselves. We think about ourselves way more than anybody else ever does. We think about what we should have said to somebody in the grocery store when they looked at us the wrong way, or they cut us off, I should have said this, and I should have said that, and I should have told her. We having this internal dialogue that really is just between you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we wasting so much energy and so much time on a dialogue that is never going to happen? But if you begin to get present and just say, you know what, that lady really made me mad when she did that. Now what am I going to do? Oh, well, forget her and let it go. But most of us will keep telling the story. Your friend will call, girl, you ain't going to believe what this happened did to me at the store. And by the way, did I tell you what happened? And you get home and tell your husband, guess what this lady did at the store? Right? How many times do we continue to give that negative thing energy? But if you take that same thing and you say, you know, the ladies in my hair look really pretty today. We don't do that. We'll feed off and we'll give life to the negative. But the thing that really is to give us life, we omit it. We push it away. We don't allow it to fester to make us feel good because we've been taught how not to do that. And so in Journey to Confidence, I teach you how to do that. I teach you how to embrace every part of you, good, bad, and ugly, and make it work for you. No one has ever taught us how to be good to ourselves. We've always been taught, oh, be good to them, be kind to them. But no one has ever said, don't talk to yourself like that. Erica, don't say that to yourself. Miss May, don't look at yourself like that. Don't do that. Would you ever look at another woman and say, oh, your butt is big, girl? But I look at my butt all the time. I'll be like, oh, girl, that's a big booty.
Listen, lady, they're out there paying for them, okay? Blessed.
And I'm going to ask you one more question. When was the last time you gave yourself a hug?
Yeah. Long time.
I dare say some of y'all probably never have given yourself a hug. And never hugged yourself and said, thank you. Thank you for showing up. So this is what I teach you in Journey to Confidence, honey. And you will not leave the same. You will absolutely not leave the same. You just won't. It's impossible.
So Cardona Aguilar said it's hard to feel like myself before I became a mommy. Yeah.
And honey, let me tell you this. You will never, you say goodbye to that, okay? Let that go. Because life as you know it, you have given life to something that is connected to you until forever, for eternity. Nothing will ever be the same. Embrace that and find the good in it. Don't even think about what was. That's gone. Don't allow your mind to keep saying, I used to. Okay, but what are you doing now? What can you do now? You know, enjoy the journey of motherhood. And I know I have two boys. They're 20 and 20, about to be 22. And it is a hard journey, but I loved every minute of it. Some parts of it I like better than others, but learn to embrace it right where you are, because they need you and you need them. Because if you didn't, God wouldn't have given them to you. Y'all a team now.
Yeah. We have, I'm sorry, we don't have your information. It just says Facebook user, but we have folks out here asking, how can we get to your course? How do we get the info on your course? So I did just put in there the chat to join Hey Girl, the Facebook group, and also
And I am, Erica, I am
mhm.
gifting 3 one-on-one 30-minute sessions with me for your listeners or whoever wants to participate. And Erica, I'll let you pick who it goes to because
So listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna ask for you to go to pepnj.org, and I'm going to put that on. Okay. Okay, Unique. Hey, girl. Now everything is gonna be hey, girl.
and join the group. We have a ton of information in the group about what's coming up, and yeah, join the group.
Yeah, if you go to pepnj.org and you go to the bottom of the screen, you could subscribe to us, find out some info about us, email us, and we're going to take it from there because that's a blessing to
Yeah.
get a session with you.
Thank
Yes.
Right?
you.
That is a blessing.
They will have to book it though, but within the next 7 days, okay? Because my calendar is a little bit crazy. going
Okay,
on.
no worries. So
Okay.
you've got 7 days. 7 days, 7
Amen.
days. So if you
Yep.
just reach out to pepnj.org, you can hit the donate button while you sliding by there too.
And the
Okay.
like button and the
The
share
like
And the share
button.
button.
Go on our website, see
website.
what's happening.
Yes.
Do all of that. All of it. And
Awesome.
yeah, please like this post and share this post if you're on and listening with us tonight.
Please do.
So thank you. Thank you, Miss Jackie. I know the other day, and like something had struck me. I joined, and you were sharing a little
Wow.
sharing a testimony on
Yeah.
your experience with a guidance counselor in high school, and I just wanted you to, if you could, share that story with us.
Yes.
Um,
Absolutely. Okay, so it was high school senior year. I wasn't intending on going to college because I struggled with learning disability. I had dyslexia, and this was in 1980s. And I struggled, and I was dating a guy who was like, "Oh, you absolutely have to go to college." I was like, "I'm not going to be able to get into college. I'm not smart enough to get into college." And he was like, "Oh no, you're going to college. You're going to college." So we started applying, and it came time for the guidance counselors to write up the letter of recommendation.
Mhm.
And my guidance counselor refused to write me a letter of recommendation, saying that she was not going to allow me to set myself up for failure, that even if I did get into college, I would more than likely fail out, and I would be a disgrace to my parents for, making them waste money when it was never going to work. You're just going to fail. And she refused to write me a letter of recommendation. She would write me a letter of recommendation to secretarial school because that is all that I would be able to do, because my learning disability was always going to hinder me and I was just going to frustrate myself. So she refused to do it. So after my mama came up there and showed all of her blackness.
Thank you, Mama. Because I swear, because I've heard stories like this time and time
Yeah.
and time again. Like,
Yes.
intentions, and I don't want to say this in the broad manner, right?
Right.
But the intentions of teachers back in the day,
Yeah. We're
if they
not.
weren't us and for us, then they were against us. It's
It's
just the
true.
way it
It's
is,
true.
right?
So, long story short, I ended up getting into 3 colleges. I ended up going to Rider, getting a bachelor's degree in sociology, and then I went on to get a master's degree from Philadelphia Biblical University in Christian counseling. So, yay me!
That's right. That's your journey to the best to you, right?
Yes, that
That's
is
okay,
my journey.
right? But can you imagine the people, the brilliant minds that have had those guidance counselors or those teachers to tell them, and you hear it over and over in rap songs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like you always hear, yeah, my teacher said I never amount to nothing. You know, like you always hear something in that context.
Yeah. No, it's true.
For a lot of people, and imagine how, you know, people that self-talk, just like you were telling us before, could really damage your whole spirit.
Absolutely.
It
And
really
it did. And I'll say this, for years, even now, sometimes it resonates with me because you feel, especially if something doesn't click with me right away, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. Then I have to catch myself and say, no, you're not, you're brilliant, you know? But if someone is not trained on how to rethink and retrain your processing, it just becomes who they are. And then you see sadness, depression, low self-esteem, parents abusing their kids because now they're coming from a place of hurt. Like women sleeping with all kind of men because now they're trying to find love in all the wrong places just to feel validated and approved and wanted. No, it's all a lie. And you have to learn how to get rid of all of that trash that you're carrying around in your suitcase. We got to make it a light journey, y'all. It's too heavy. Some of y'all been carrying suitcases that weigh 5 times more than you do. And you lug it every morning. You wake up and you pick it up and put it down to the side of your bed. Some of y'all so scared you won't even, you sleep with the darn suitcase because you think somebody gonna find out your dirty little secret. Let me tell you something. Let that secret out. Get yourself free and let that secret out. Because really, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care what your secret is.
It's true.
Except you. You're the only one. You're the only one thinking that deep. And once you tell it, you're gonna be like, you was letting that thing hold you bondage. It's like a dog who's barking, and then he opened his mouth and he ain't got no teeth. You're like, that dog is making all that noise. That's what I was scared of.
Yeah.
Girl, Erica, see, that's why I can't get on the phone with you. Because look, what time it is messing with you. What did I tell you? I said 30 minutes I got.
No, we're here. No, we're here. We're here. So if anybody on Facebook has any questions or any comments, please like bring them on. And we're definitely, if you could just even we could shuffle between the most engaging. We'll pick a name at the hat right now for whoever's tuning in to get a free one-on-one session, a 30-minute one-on-one session with Miss Jackie and I see comments starting to come in.
That is
Miss
awesome.
Jackie, I mean, that's just a priceless gift.
It really is. And also, I put in the link for you. I have a gift for everybody who just wants it. It's just 4 ways to increase your confidence fast. And so that is just a gift to all of your listeners. You can just put the post up and they can just.
Yep, I will definitely do that. I have that all queued up right here for you. Out there in Facebook world and YouTube and LinkedIn. I'm going to post that here for you so that you can get started on your journey.
And Erica, also my book, Help Someone Stole My Sex Drive and I Want It Back, is also on Amazon if anybody wants to. It is a book and a workbook, and it is not only for the married women, but women who are considering getting married, because it teaches you how to deal with yourself before you get connected with somebody else.
Yeah, I think that's a big need. I know a lot of times, you know, we go and see our pastors and stuff before we get married, but sometimes there's a little bit more work that needs to be done beforehand. And we have somebody that's in here with us on Facebook. Hi Noble. Greetings from Omaha, Nebraska. And Aisha said you have to be ready to receive this message.
No, it's so true.
Yep, you have to be ready to receive that message. Yep.
Yeah.
That is true.
Very true.
So I did post that that link in the comments for everybody out there. Please let me know that you've got it. Click on it and take advantage of that resource as they're there for you. Okay, and that is, you said 5 ways.
It's 4 ways to build your confidence.
4
fast.
ways to boost your self-confidence fast.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what? I thank you for that, because I know a lot of us struggled, day to day. Everybody doesn't wake up feeling 100% every day.
Right.
No.
No, it's so true. And the thing is too, Erica, people are sitting and living in this pain quietly. You are secretly crying yourself to sleep at night. I know, because it was me. For years, I cried myself to sleep thinking that I wasn't enough and wondering what I could do to do better. But really, you're enough. You know, you've spent countless hours helping other people, but you feel alone. You're always there to support other people, but no one is there to help you. You often are the one pouring into some people, but you never get poured into. But how about let me pour into you? Let someone pour into you. And most of us don't even know what that feels like, to be poured into, because we're so busy pouring out of.
Yeah.
And when you're pouring out of a place of pain, it creates a tsunami of problems for the community within you and around you.
Yeah.
So I just wonder what it would be like if you woke up tomorrow and you just felt free. What would it feel like if you felt like, ooh, I didn't have that thought today? And when you do have the thought, you know exactly what to do to combat it. You wake up and you don't pick up that heavy suitcase. You ain't tripping over it no more. You're like, where my suitcase?
I don't want it no more. I want a real suitcase though. I need to go on vacation.
What'd you say?
I need to go on vacation.
Oh, girl, honey. We just came back from California, so I can't really complain, but I'm really ready to go.
Okay, see, you all refreshed and renewed.
No wonder she's so sassy tonight.
I'm sassy because I'm with y'all, honey.
Aisha said it's great to have women supporting women groups that grew out of this pandemic. It is. It really is. It really is. I mean, even Unique has me in a group as well. You know what? She had me in 2 groups actually. One was where you would just kind of like sprinkle somebody with a gift. It was an alcoholic beverage.
Okay.
But you wouldn't necessarily know the person. They would just drop their name and their address, and you might get something or you might not. And it was okay. And then another one is right along the lines with you and your sex talk. So it's like really empowering women to have those maybe sometimes necessary or maybe unnecessary tools. I don't know, to play with anything to spice it up. Yeah, she got me in that group too. Oh.
That's why her name is Unique.
Yes, and her name is very unique. So, yep. Shout out to Unique. Yep, she's a PEP champion that she's been working with us as well.
Yes, she is. And it's good to have this conversation tonight with women, because so many times it might not be a safe place to talk about intimacy, and without someone taking advantage of you and putting in a negative twist in it, and you know how social media can take advantage of those opportunities But I'm thankful tonight that it's in a good place.
Yes.
People can feel free to talk and to express themselves,
Yes.
and without any backlash.
Right.
And that's
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's all about us having that confidence, because for too long we were put in this box where we're supposed to be coy, or we're supposed to not look anybody in the eye, or it's like it's not that. Right.
And even that you're not even supposed to talk about sex. The women are not supposed to talk about sex. Only nasty women talk about that.
Exactly. It's such a negative connotation
Right.
when it comes to women speaking on it.
Right.
Cardona Aguilera says we need this type of talk at least one time. One time what? Oh, one time a month.
A month.
Yes, ma'am. Well, yeah, we do, and maybe a little bit more candid, but we'd probably keep that private because we really want to keep this as a family show.
But here's what the crazy thing is. I talk to my kids about sex since they were little because we make it shameful, and there's no shame in it. It is a beautiful thing that God created for a husband and wife, and it is what is needed to procreate and make family. So when you're raising your kids, teach them the proper names. That you don't call it a coochie. It's a vagina. It's okay. It's a vagina.
Yes.
And it's a penis, and it's okay. It's just another body part. You don't get sleepy when you say finger or ear or nose. Do the same thing with your kids.
Exactly.
You don't have to get weird about it. And I would have sex conversation, and my kids are just like, Lord have mercy, Mama. They're very comfortable with who they are as men, and it's a penis and it's a vagina.
Yeah.
My mom talk about sex. She's a sex consultant.
There you go.
And then
when your kids see you expressing some type of intimacy with your husband, they'll say, "Oh my gosh, here you guys go again."
Nope, they just be like,
"There's something," And I said, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, they didn't even bother them. And the crazy thing is when their friend would come over, and my husband and I would be sitting on the couch watching TV or something, or laying on each other. They'd be like, "Your parents hug? Or your parents kiss?" They hear like,
yeah,
all the time. Or we would, walk into the basketball games holding hands, or into a concert where my other son played viola. And they were like, your parents still hug and kiss? They were like, yeah, don't yours? They were like, no, I never see my parents kiss. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry for you.
Yeah, but it's healthy for kids to see that this is how relationships work. You may argue, you may have disappointments, you may disagree on things, but you still come back that we're still on the same team. We are still for each other, and we still love each other.
Yeah,
so,
that's for sure. And that's one thing that we do need to see in that example of Black and brown families that do love each other and do exhibit that affection towards each other.
Right.
Yeah, you're right, Erica. You definitely got that.
That's
everything. Very true. Very
so
true.
that is the journey to our best us.
Yeah. It's one of the journeys to your best us, right? Be the best you can be, and be kind to yourself every day. Be good to yourself every day.
Yeah. The Unique said the support of another woman is great, especially when your suitcase is heavy.
Yeah. Oh, it's so true. Yep.
So true. So I just thank you for coming on to our platform this evening. Please, ladies, check out Heey Gurl Nation. It's on Facebook. You can just look at this stream again and go back into the comments, hit that button and join. Also, please join our Facebook page as well if you have not. And like our page, like us on YouTube, like us on LinkedIn, like us wherever you find us.
Yay.
Please. Yes. And log into ppnj.org. please hit the donate button as well.
Oh, yeah.
And Parents Engaging Parents' mission is to promote civic awareness and proactive community advocacy based on the interest of parents and communities. And with that, thank you, Jackie. We're going to be looking to do some work together in the future, nearer than farther away. And we're going to make something happen. We want to be able to bring these resources that we have through her to you. So please hit that donate button and have a good night, everyone.
Yes.
Right. Thank you, ladies. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Jackie.
You're welcome, Miss May. I'll talk to you soon.
Nice meeting